Hi everyone, happy International Women's Day. I'm your host of the day, Neha from Delhi. For folks joining us from India and UK, wishing you all happy Holi. Welcoming all to this year's United Nations theme for Women's Day, DigitALL, Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. A world that's diverse, equitable, and inclusive. A world where difference is valued and celebrated. Together, we can forge women's equality. Collectively, we can all embrace equity. We have special guest, inspiring icon and TEDx speaker Namita Tiwari talking about this at Inspiring Indian Women's Platform. I have known Namita for 4 years and seen her move up in her journey. A journey filled with lessons, leaderships, celebrations, and special moments. Welcome, Namita.
Thank you so much, Neha, and how wonderful it is to be again on Inspiring Indian platform with Neha, one of my friends. And today is Holi, so happy Holi to everyone who's watching this. And of course, it's International Women's Day, and we are talk about the themes for International Women's Day. And as much as we can explore this particular initiative, which is drastically changing the world, and it's bringing women, together as an equal. And I'm really excited to be on this show today.
So, Namita, I'm going to ask you a few questions. My first question for you is, what is the history of IWD?
So the history of IWD, I actually have some interesting slides here. Let me just share the screen. Are you able to see them, Neha?
Yeah, I can see.
So the history of International Women's Day is actually very interesting. It started off somewhere in 1909, and it started off with a female suffrage movement, which is around labor movement in North America and Europe during the early 20th century. And the earliest version was supported or organized by the Socialist Party of America in New York on 28th of February 1909. So this is how it started, but there is a huge history around it. If you see this particular slide, it talks about the key years of movement. So it started off in 1909, 1910, 1911, 13, 15, 17. And there came a point when it changed from February to 8th of March. And the fact that it's celebrated on 8th of March is connected to the women revolutionary movements during the Russian Revolution. So it's during the Russian Revolution that 8th of March kind of picked up as Women's Day. And in 1977, it was recognized by United Nations as International Women's Day. And it sprung up. And of course, in the last few years, we are seeing the whole world celebrating it the way we do. It's very interesting, however, how International Women's Day is celebrated all across the world. Whether it's national, ethnic, linguistic, cultural, economical, or politically, everywhere people are celebrating it. It's bringing a new global dimension to the women world. It's strengthening, all our women community, women rights, participation, not just in the business world, but in the political and the social arenas as well. So it's very interesting. Don't you think so?
Yeah, it's quite interesting. So my second question is, what are the global orgs driving this initiative?
So there are two orgs that I have observed. One is, International Women's Day, the community that is there, which has come up with a theme called Embrace Equity. And then we have United Nations Women. Their theme is Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. And I just want to go back and talk a little bit about why IWD is needed, some data points around it. So while we have United Nations and we have the International Women's Day organization, which comes up every year with new themes, I think the basic reason why this whole global initiative is being taken is because there's a very strong data point that women's exclusion from the digital world, comes with massive cost of around USD 1 trillion. from the GDP of low and middle income countries. That's the loss we have, and it's going to increase further by 1.5 trillion by 2025 if we don't do any efforts around improving women equality, women equity in the setup, especially in the low and middle income countries. So that's why we need IWD. And now going back to the themes, innovation and technology for gender equality is the theme for United Nations Women. They have come up with for the International Women's Day. It's very interesting because technology and innovation are two areas which are very strong, which allow a lot of opportunities for women to participate, grow, become leaders, and grow exponentially and become equal. So I think this is a very interesting thing coming from the technology sector. I'm very happy that innovation and technology for gender equality is a theme that United Nations Women have chosen for IWD this year. And there are some more data points around it, that the theme of International Women's Day, it is kind of mapping or aligned with the priority theme of one of their SDGs. And the 67th session of Commission on Status of the Women, CSW 67, it is being celebrated. There's a lot of focus on innovation and technological change, education of women, and empowerment of women and girls. And I think it's very brilliant initiative because technology is one area, innovation is an area where women can really participate and grow as long as they're empowered by education. So I'm quite excited to talk about this theme. I'm quite excited to see it coming into fruition as well. And this is the theme for International Women's Day, Embrace Equity.
Oh, okay, that's great.
So just to talk about, a little bit about this, see, equality versus equity. We've been talking about equality, and usually it is understood that equality and equity is same, but actually there are different concepts, and that is what IWD 2023 is trying to highlight. The campaign Embrace Equity is trying to forge worldwide a conversation about how it is not just equal, it's not just equality, but equity which is needed. And equal opportunities are not enough. And in fact, they can be exclusionary rather than inclusive. To simplify it, and I know that your next question could be the difference between equity and equality. Am I correct, Neha?
Yes, absolutely right.
So just to simplify it, I have articulated this even better. So equality means each individual or group of people is given the same resources or opportunities. However, the circumstances of every individual is different. The ability is different. The ecosystem available is different, even to convert those resources into something meaningful. So that's where the difference between equality and equity comes. Equity recognizes that each person has different circumstances and allocates the exact resources and opportunities needed to reach an equal outcome. So it is not just equal distribution of resources, which is meant by equality. Equity is distribution of resources basis the circumstances so that an equal outcome can be reached. So that's how equality and equity is different. Does that make sense, Neha? I hope I've been able to explain this really well, because I want the viewers also to understand this really well.
Yeah, absolutely, Namita. And my next question from you is, as an inspiring icon and women influencer, what are your key success factors?
I am completely driven by passion to talk about my success factors. So passion, persistence, personal development, public speaking, knowledge sharing. I think these are very, very important factors that have played role in my career. You have witnessed my journey, the last 4-5 odd years of it. I am extremely passionate. I'm very persistent. Many a times I'll be, handling projects which are not moving further, not moving ahead the way they need to, and I'll be persistent about moving them further. I believe in the power of networking and mentoring. I am a very, I lead by example. I'm a very strong leader. And over a period of time, I have built that trust with my team members, with my peers, with my stakeholders, and my leaders ahead. I think these things are very evident in my career journey. I have also been very passionate about women initiatives, International Women's Day, National Girl Child India, and there are many, many girl child education, many initiatives that I have kind of contributed to in my own capacity. I am a public speaker. I'm a TEDx speaker. I think there are many, God has been very kind, and I have had many opportunities to reach out to people and inspire them. I believe in constant learning, and I, even after 20 years of experience in marketing, I have been enrolling for some masterclass in marketing, talking about it, taking some courses. So I'm a constant learner. I am a constant, a seeker of opportunities of sharing my knowledge. Ambition and knowledge go together. And I think it's very important to apply the knowledge that you have gained, to share the knowledge you have gained, as much as achieving further with it. So I think these are the few success factors that have kind of made me an inspiring icon, and I'm so glad I'm able to inspire people. I speak at many B schools. I have a followership of 28,000 on LinkedIn, and I'm sure there are many people that I am inspiring, and I'm sure that there are many others who are inspiring me also in very many ways. So I think that's what is a success factor behind being an inspiring icon.
Yes, absolutely. And you really worked hard to achieve all this.
Yes.
And because today is a Women's Day, so if you want to give any message to all the women's,
I think please, I have a couple of interesting screenshots that I want to share. Again, talking about embracing equity and DigitALL, I certainly want every woman to realize that the basis of any kind of upliftment is education. So please ensure that you have a right to education. Please ensure that you seek education. If you have any young girls around, make sure if they are being denied due to any reason, please ensure that they get educated. Education is the basis of any kind of growth in the world. And so to start with education, then applying your knowledge, getting those opportunities out there. Please don't think that rejection is the end of life. Rejection is just redirection towards something better. So you will face challenges, you will face rejections, you will face failures, but you have to keep going. Persistence, as I mentioned. I think these are the few things. Be passionate about your work, find out what you're passionate about, be persistent, don't stop with any kind of rejections, and just celebrate being a woman, and you will certainly achieve growth. And I want to kind of show some more slides, interesting slides on women IWT. I think these are very interesting pieces that we picked up. And Neha has helped me with the slides also. So these are some interesting, images. I think equality and equity as political principles is being explained here as to how, what is the reality, what is equality, what is equity, and how it can bring liberation. This is an interesting slide. And applying equity to women's advancement, how can you apply? These are very beautiful imagery, and I really wanted to share. And Neha had really helped me in putting them together. So thank you so much, Neha. I think it's really adding a lot of color to the conversation here, adding a lot of information that we may or may not be able to communicate verbally. So I think, images speak like 1,000 words. So I really want to enjoy sharing them. So equality is giving every shoe, equity is giving everyone a shoe that fits. Isn't that amazing, Neha? This is an incredible caricature and incredible quote. And I want to thank everyone. I'm sure if you have any more questions, please shoot Neha, but I want to thank you also for not just being my host, but also helping me with the slides. These wonderful, beautiful women on the slides. I think we are really, having a great time celebrating International Women's Day today and Holi as well, with all the colors on the slides. Don't you think so?
Yeah, absolutely, Namita. And thank you so much for being with us and giving your views on Women's Day and digital innovation. Thank you all for
Thank
joining.
you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Thank you all for joining. And don't forget to follow Namita on LinkedIn and Instagram. Also,
Yes.
yes. Also, don't forget to watch her TEDx talk.
Yes, please watch my TEDx talk on marketing in Metaverse. I'll be posting the link as well here. Please watch it. I have spoken about it at multiple platforms at Inspiring Indian Women. But I would love to kind of have this mentioned again. And I'll also share my LinkedIn and Instagram handles. Please follow me. I enjoy followership of 28,000 on LinkedIn. It's a very strong personal brand that I have built over a period of many, many years. And thank you so much for having me here.